What is poppin', everybody? Happy Tuesday to you all. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. What is going on? It is April 25th, 2023. This is the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. Please hit that subscribe button down below. Also, while you're at it, hit that bell notification. You'll be notified when we go live literally almost every day and all that fun stuff. And hit that bell notification so you'll be notified, like I mentioned before, when we go live almost every fucking day. But what's going on, everyone? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am the one they call Steve. And I'm here joined by the good brother all the way from Detroit, the pride of Detroit, Big Mike. It's popping, man.
Nothing much. Nothing much.
Not
Uh,
much, man.
I am fatigued from work, but I have a
How
second
so?
win to do. What do you mean, how so?
Long day? Hold up.
Yeah.
How so? How so?
Imagine cleaning a room for 1 hour as soon as you walk into place.
Oh man. I feel like I did the Mr. Rogers here. Just changed my glasses and shit. But
Oh,
I can imagine, bro. Like it could be worse, man. Could be worse. You know?
yeah. Dang.
You caught a fly? You get him?
Oh, he's still flying around. Piece of
Oh, he's still
trash.
flying. He's still flying
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But I hear that, man. So it's a lot to get into today. Again, this is not before we go any further, I'll let you guys know real quick. This is not the only time we're going live today. No. We'll be going live at 10 p.m. 10 to recap everything that goes down to NXT spring breaking. That will be this week's episode of Let's Talk NXT. Just to give you guys a heads up, we're going live tonight at 10 p.m. as well. So once again, you better hit that subscribe, hit that bell notification, all that fun stuff. All right. So we're here to recap Monday Night Raw from last night. Monday Night Raw from April 24th, 2023. Live from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois, man. Man, that crowd was hot, wasn't it, man? They were on fire. The fire
Yeah.
burns.
I mean, I see what you did there. That fire
Exactly.
did burn. They had a lot of passion.
A lot of
Uh,
passion.
They saw a good show. Honestly, I thought Raw last night was a decent show. I mean, despite of not having like that many good in ring matches, still a good. It was still a good show.
It's like we saw into their eyes and you know what we saw. You know what I mean?
What?
Type of thing. You
Oh,
know.
you saw a cult of personalities?
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we did. We saw a bunch of personalities, man.
A
You
bunch of
know.
personalities. Yeah, man. So a lot went down even before the show. So we'll just get into it real quick. We'll just get into this. CM Punk, the former AEW world champion, currently signed to All Elite Wrestling. The man that Tony Khan is going to make a third show for, AEW Collision, right? That guy, right? On a Saturday night was backstage at Monday Night Raw. He was backstage, man. Backstage at Monday Night Raw. Now, he went from what I've looked up and all that stuff, Mike. He was there because, he had friends that still work there. He wanted to meet
Yeah.
up with some
He
people.
he has a friend.
He has a friend. And when I guess Tamina, that's his a
Yeah,
friend
Tamina. That's his one friend.
that was there. He had a conversation with the Miz. I guess they pieced up whatever happened in 2019. Um, hell, he even had a word with Triple H.
Yeah.
Our, our boy Paul. He had a conversation with CM Punk. The doofus son-in-law. The
Right.
doofus. They had a conversation, man. They had a conversation. Then Vince McMahon, live from home, uh, basically told him. He didn't tell him to leave, but he had security escort him out.
Mm-hmm.
He had security escort him out. Um, which when I heard that, I'm like, really? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Okay.
You heard all this. What was going through your mind, bro, when you heard all this shit, man?
Well, we were backstage after a show when we heard all of this. I mean, it was kind of fun news.
It was. You know what? I will say, yeah, it was fun news in the sense of, you know, here's a guy again who's under contract to another company, right? And you're showing up backstage at your competitor's show.
Yeah.
Oh, and supposedly there's new stuff that came out. New stuff came out about this. Can someone let me know what's this new stuff that came out? Can someone let
Oh,
me
you
me
talking
see
about
here?
the Meltzer stuff? If you're talking about the Meltzer stuff, we already know that.
No, but there's according to the Frantic World, there's some new stuff that came out. We
Well, if
knew about
you
the
open
Meltzer
your
stuff.
ears, Steve, I said if you're talking about the Meltzer stuff, we already know that.
Yeah, but Frantic World, just let us know real quick. Because again, what if it's something new? What if it's something new we don't even know about, man? Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Um, oh yeah, basically it's the Meltzer stuff. The feeling in WWE was that he was there because he wanted back. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. Obviously, there were talks of him going back, whatever it was, late last year, but he couldn't go because he's still under contract. I mean, to me, dude, I'm gonna be honest, dude. If I'm Tony Khan, listen, I understand Tony Khan is very laid back, and I hate that we're talking about this on a Raw review, but it happened. We can't ignore it. It happened, right? If I'm TK, bro, I'm pumping the brakes, yo. I'm really thinking, is it really worth it?
No, you just
Is
want
it
CM Punk out of AEW. That's all you want.
no, no? I mean, think about it. Is it really worth it? Like, really? Like, bro, this guy's
It
going
is worth it.
backstage.
I mean, he's a big entity, and he gets the NMVs over there going.
Well, you can say it here, Andy. What do you mean, Andy? You can say it here.
We always say NMVs,
You know, uh,
the nerds and
Nerdwin,
virgins.
Nerdwin in Virginia's. You mean Nerdwin in Virginia? Yeah, we get that. You know what I mean? But to me, bro, like again, if I'm TK, bro, and I know that supposedly this meeting hasn't even happened yet. Him and Jericho, him and the Elite, like, yeah, sure, y'all want to get through. Yeah, sure, y'all want to do this. Yeah, sure, y'all want to do this Saturday show, bro. Have you not seen the ratings for Rampage this past Friday, man?
What
Three
was it,
hundred thousand
300,000?
plus. 300,000 plus, brother. 300,000 plus for Rampage on a Saturday.
Is the hashtag AEW Rampage after it. Like, no one's watching that, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
You know,
Yeah.
you gotta think about it. Is it really worth it, man? You got but a Saturday show. I mean, yes, Punk was on an airplane with WWE crew, with WWE crew after he got done with Cage Fury, and he went to talk to some people at Raw. So that's what happened. He was
We
in the
heard we
plane
heard
with.
that last night.
Yes,
That's not new.
I know. Again, I think people need to understand too. That, listen, the dude's under contract with another company. There's like a couple years left, maybe more months because of his time off. So any idea of him going back home, right? What have you? Pump the brakes, y'all. Just pump the fucking brakes. Anyway, this episode of last night's episode of Monday Night Raw was loaded with a huge announcement that was going to shake the foundation of WWE, Mike. And the foundation of the WWE. Now, let me ask you this question, Mike. Did you feel shook when this announcement came out?
When Triple H announced it, yeah.
Did you feel shook? Like, wow, damn. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, Campbell.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys in the chat letting me know that you guys feel shook by the
Even the
announcement?
complainers, technically, the complainers and the lovers of the announcement were shook both ways.
Pause.
Fuck you.
Respectfully. But before we get into all, let's get into this review, shall we? So the show opened up with Cody Rhodes, and he asked the fans the same question that he'll always ask everyone every single fucking week. And I feel like now, dude, it's become a played out thing now, man. Now it's become played the fuck out, man. You know.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
It's become overplayed now.
Yeah, because you overplay it.
Not only that, but he says it every time. It's like, it's become now played out, dude. It's become the most like, all right, bro, like, can we do like an over?
And then when he returns and when he returns to AEW and he goes to say it, he's probably gonna be like, we'll leave that over there.
We'll leave that over there. Yeah, even though he formed it over here, but we'll leave it over there. Just like the sledgehammer he used on the throne, we'll leave it over there too. So let's see here. He talks about his pectoral injury in wrestling inside Hell in a Cell last year in the same arena that they were in, obviously, last night. He briefly hyped his match with Brock Lesnar at Backlash. It was interrupted by Finn Balor. And Finn Balor, offered him a spot in the Judgment Day. And it looked like Cody was tempted about it, but, he declined. And somewhere in this, I'm like, it's probably because I tuned into the show 9 minutes late. Was this guy doing the striptease in the middle of the ring? Was he taking off his clothes, bro?
Who?
Cody Rhodes, the road coach.
Oh, Cody Rhodes. No, Cody Rhodes is trying to do his best Ric Flair. He was getting he was feeling I don't know. He was doing his best Ric Flair.
So he was I guess
he was fired up. He was fired up.
So I guess what it was, he was trying to show where the injury took place, right? Like the scar that's left and shit. I'm assuming that's what it was, right?
We all know he tore his tit. Like, come on. We don't have to be reminded every Monday Night Raw that you tore your pec. We know it was a gruesome sight, and you did it because you wanted to intimidate a guy at the gym. That's why. That's why you did it.
And as a result of that, basically, you know what happened?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
As a result, and this basically set up the main event. This was a setup for the main event. I mean, so wait. So we thought we were hyping this up. I was
gonna say, Steve, I don't know what you were watching last night.
I know. So I corrected myself. They were hyping this matchup. All right, everyone thought, and I'm pretty sure you and yourself and everyone tuning in to the show right now thought this was going to be the main event. A hell of a main event, right? Had it been the main event, it wasn't the main event,
right?
But nonetheless, they had a hell of a match. We'll get into that later on. Two elite members of the Bullet Club at one point or another. Then we got the first match of the night. We got the LWO, Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wild versus the bloodline of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. I loved how the new Chavo Guerrero from yesterday kicked in, right? And on Monday Night Raw, when they came out, they had the Viva La Raza in the beginning of their intro. I cried, bro. Like
I didn't notice that in the beginning because I had the TV low. But I take you guys' word for it. I didn't watch it back, but yeah, it's. I feel bad for Chavo, but at the same time, I don't feel bad for Chavo.
Oh no, dude! He according to him, he was working everybody. This is how heel works.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay.
He was working, but I mean, just like hashtag AEW, the AEW Rampage. Nobody was giving a shit. Like, come on now.
Well, you can't. That's what you call a real life tweet and delete. You can't tweet and delete your feelings. Huh?
Oh, he didn't delete them. He kept them up.
Well, yeah,
Chavito,
but he's backpedaling.
Chavito kept them up. Do me a favor. I'll do it. I'll do it. But
Thank
your
you.
thoughts on the match? To me, the match overall. Listen, it was a squash, bro. I feel bad for LWO. Like, okay, I know they were at one point Legado Fantasma, and that a part of me feels like, yo, can we just, you know, can they just be LD, Legado again? Like, seriously? Because
Yeah, LDG.
yeah,
Well,
well,
LDF. What is it?
LD,
LDF.
yes, I just feel
LDF.
bad.
In the. I felt like they gave him the LWO stuff is because, and they did the makeshift shirts of NWO LWO, and
Puerto
then
Rico and
Ray
Mexico.
was probably like, let's just make them LWO. Like, let's
Factoring
bring
in
it
though,
back.
Ray Mysterio was not even a member of the LWO. He hated it. If I
He
remember,
was a member.
he
He
was.
he
Oh
just
shit.
hated.
Yeah, he hated it. Yeah. And now he.
All right, guys, it's a solo from now on because Steve is obviously high off his rocker.
What are you
I don't know
talking
what's
about?
wrong with you. I named the original members of the LWO last night, and you were there. What's up, Chase?
What's going on,
You were
Chase?
there, and you come on this show today and said that Rey Mysterio wasn't a part of the LWO back in the day.
Of
Come
course.
on, dude.
My apologies. Okay. It's been a
Come
long
on,
day
man.
today. All right. It's been a long day today. Okay. But what's going on, Chase? Live from the Chase Mobile.
Nothing much, guys. Just here to talk about Raw for a little bit. You know, I'm still getting paid, right, Steve?
Oh, of course. Everyone gets.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure, Steve. You have to come on. I want to make sure I'm still getting paid.
Check your check the
You're getting
check.
paid in loonies and funny money.
Well,
Mm.
you know. But Chase, your thoughts on Monday Night Raw as a whole, bro? Your thoughts?
All right. This episode it was passable. It was a passable episode. It wasn't anything like newsworthy, like minus the world title belt being shown, but it was passable. At least like they built towards most of the backlash matches. That's what I will say. Like a lot of the major backlash matches got built. We got a big time match named. We got Seth Rollins and Omos got a build. We got the United States title got a build. And I thought both those promos were actually really good. Like Theory did good in his promo and stuff. Like the only match that really didn't get build was like Cody and Brock, but Cody had a match with Finn. So, he was on TV at least and he cut a good promo. So I felt like overall that like this episode of Raw, it wasn't like the most enthralling television. Like I could have gone without sitting there watching the whole episode. But in terms of like the content, it's passable. It's fine. Like it did its job for the 3 hours of television and stuff. So at least I built towards backlash. That's credit I'll give him to. And all major matches pretty much got covered.
Yes. So we were talking about again LWO versus the Bloodline. The match itself was a back and forth early on, but LWO got the advantage before they went to the break. But eventually, put it this way, this match was all said and done. The Uso hit Toro with the 1D for the win. They hit the 1D. So they win. Again, considering that they do have a big tag team title match going on SmackDown this Friday, you want to give them that, momentum, right? After this, the Usos they got on the mic and they vowed to regain their tag team titles this Friday in honor of Roman Reigns. So now you got big pressure now, right? If you're dedicating this match for Roman Reigns, you better hope and you better win. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You better win. You think about this,
Right.
right? Again, you gotta get this damn win. Um, After this, Bianca's interviewed about her upcoming title defense at Backlash. Damage control interrupted with damaged goods. That is right. Bailey challenged Bianca to find two partners to face him later on the night. We also saw backstage Jey Uso was on his phone and he saw Sami Zayn. Zayn tried to tell him how silly he was to dedicate this match to Roman Reigns. Zayn says the Uso deserves better than that, and Uso says that they both made their choices. They also showed a video package of from last week of Trish Stratus explaining why she did what she did. She got interviewed. She even got interviewed by Kathy Kelly. Says that Becky Lynch was having trouble being the man and the mom, and she isn't, and she's thriving. That being Trish, she's thriving, obviously, right? And all that stuff. We then got the next match. We got the Street Profits versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Yes, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander.
The
Um,
hurt jobbers
yeah, the Hurt Jobbers. I don't know what hurt most, that or the fact that Montez Ford went out there wrestling in Lost and Found.
in jogging pants. Did he lose his Did he lose his suitcase and luggage claim or baggage claim?
Could be
Well, nah,
possible.
man. Could be possible. Could be very possible. But just seeing him wrestle Lost and Found, like, oh, I get you're trying to coordinate with your attire. I get that, but not Lost and Found. Not considering a few days ago, a lot of people once again had issues on the sneakers app and Nike app and all that stuff. So I feel like it was more of him just rubbing it in, like, ha ha, I got them, you guys didn't, basically.
Well, the difference between us and him is that he paid resale because he can't get them retail because he always has a hard time, especially for his shoe size. I think me and him were the same size, so he brags about paying resale on sneakers a lot.
Interesting. But yeah, thoughts on the match though. Change your thoughts on this match.
This was forgettable. Absolutely
Yeah.
forgettable. Well, not this. This is a match where it's like if I see it again, I know Vince is back in charge. That's it. That's all I really gotta say. The match is really damn forgettable.
Yeah. So supposedly here, if I'm reading this right, this the Vince replacement match over Piper versus Candice. Vince for the culture. So originally we're
I
gonna
mean,
get
we
Piper,
didn't need to
Niven, and
see.
Candice.
Why did Triple H love this Candice LeRae? Like she hasn't done anything since like the independent days. She hasn't done anything since PWG. We need to stop. We need to stop pretending Candice LeRae is like this huge star and we need to push her. Like Piper Niven's, like she's just KOD fodder at this point. Like it's just like, oh wow, Bianca can lift her up. Like that's all she is. She's just like when Big Show back in like '03, they didn't know what to do with him, so it was just like, hey, we need Cena to show that he's strong. Let's have him lift up Big Show. That's what Piper Niven is. It's just like, hey, we need to show Bianca strong. We got to remind people she's the strongest. Have Bianca lift her up her KOD and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. And Candice LeRae, it's like, she needs to draft the most. Like she needs to reset. They need to find something else for her because, man, dude, she comes out to crickets, bro. You can hear a fart in church when she comes out, man. You could give her Stone Cold's music and fans still won't pop. Like they'll hear, psh, they'll go, ah, and then when they see
Oh,
Candice LeRae run out, they would just like die down. They'll be
but
like, oh, okay. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's what I call the Natalia effect. You know, Natalia has like the like everyone thinks my heart coming out. Then Natalia comes out and they're like, ah, okay, it's Natalia.
remember where Candace gonna go, so is Yanni. Keep that in mind. In the draft, they don't separate married couples. They don't separate the married couples. They just
Yeah,
don't do that. So keep that in mind as well. And a lot of people were also saying, "Oh, this could be the last time we'll see the Street Profits together." Like there was this look on Dawkins' face, like, "Yeah, this could be it." Did y'all notice that when they were celebrating their win? Right, Dawkins had this look on his face, like, "Oh shit, man, it could be over for him."
hey, he's playing it up. We don't know for sure.
yeah.
That's,
Good for him. You know, he's acting. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to act, these wrestlers. You know.
yeah. So then we got to the big announcement. The big announcement. Triple H came out, and this huge announcement, was going to shake the foundation of WWE.
Yes.
Comes out, still got a big ovation, right? Still got it, right? Um, he talking about how it was a privilege and all that stuff performing for the audience, especially in that building where they were on last night at the Allstate Arena,
Yeah,
and he talked about Roman Reigns that in the upcoming draft, wherever he gets drafted, he will take the undisputed Universal Champion to whatever show he goes to.
yeah.
The other brand will crown a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and he unveiled the title. And Triple H promises that this champion will compete all the time, and the champion will be crowned at Night of Champions on May 27, 2023, the Saturday before Double or Nothing, the Saturday before a NXT Battleground. But in case you guys missed it, this is what the new
Well,
belt looks
what
like.
the fuck are you forgetting the Saturday that we celebrate Day 1000?
Of course, the day we celebrate Day 1000, that too.
What do you mean that? That's the first thing you should have said, motherfucker.
Well, I'm sorry, but the best for last. The best for last. Best for last. Of course.
I
Day
knew
1000.
I should have come on. I'm with two former Islanders. They got off the island of relevancy, and now they're just speaking nonsense right now. This is ridiculous. So
Don't let me in with Steve. I'm not saying
no,
anything.
you don't. You said
No.
You said
I
this is
I
a
said what I
rare-
said last night.
Yeah, but you're
I'll
still
own
off
up
the
to
island.
that. That's
You're
fine.
off the
I'm
island,
fine
Mike.
with that. I'm fine with that. I'm not fighting to get back on. I did what I did. I said what I said. It is what it
Ridiculous.
is.
Could
Big
not
Mike
believe
is
you said
joining me
Reign of
now.
Terror.
He's now joining me in the yacht. We're providing a tour guide for all the people, for all the tourists out there.
No, I'm in the ocean sinking. I'd rather die.
Oh damn,
Yeah,
Mike.
he's in the ocean of irrelevancy. He's there with Drew, Sheamus, all these other creatures in there.
Well, anyway, they presented the new title, as you see right
Looks
there.
great.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I love the way it looks.
It looks like it look. You know what it reminds me of? I said this. It looks like the old UFC title before we had the
It
new one
does.
that they have. You know what I mean? And that's what it reminds me of. I know, Che, you
I'm,
said this
I'm
also on
interested
the
to
stream.
see. I'm interested to see how heavy the belt is in person and stuff because, like, one of the things is that if you're gonna buy like a replica belt, you want to feel like you got your money's worth. And the one thing about the Universal title that kind of is disappointing is that it's very light compared to like other belts and stuff, but it's still crafted very well. But that's the reason why I tell people if you want to start collecting belts, the United States title is probably one of the best bang for your buck belts that you can get because it's worth the 500 or the shipping and whatever discounts you get with it too. It's worth that price because you don't have to do too much re-lettering with it afterwards. It's already a very well crafted, heavy designed belt. It's actually like one of the belts a lot of people like, when they suggest what belts to buy, like even like the shopkeepers there say it. But what were we gonna say, Steve?
I know you said this also like on the stream last night on True Heat. It looks very endeavorish.
Oh yeah, this is such an Endeavor belt, bro. Dana White designed it. I'm convinced. He probably was like, "What's up, fucking guys? I got an idea for a fucking belt. How about you put a fucking logo around it?" And then Triple H was like, "Yeah, that sounds great. And actually have an idea in mind, Dana. Here's an old belt we had. Yeah, just fucking put a W in front of it. It's fucking sick. I like it. I like it a lot. What do you think, Paul? Love it, man. Yeah, love it. Looks better than the ugly blue belt we have going on. So yeah, he loved it.
Yes. So
Question
Go
before
on.
you ask your question. Say the unthinkable happens. Roman Reigns gets
Oh,
drafted to Raw. Are they bringing back the period belt?
I think honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Roman gets introduced the new belt and they'll just keep the name because like this belt's called the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I think they'll keep the Universal Championship name just because that's the belt Roman has to keep to hold on for the
1,000 days.
how to say the days for his days record. He needs to keep the Universal title. So I think and people are going to say no, Chase. Well, because they have changed the WWE Championship's name to the World Heavyweight Championship when they unified it back in 2013ish, 14ish. When Randy Orton unified it, they called it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Heavyweight Championship, some iteration of that. So I think they'll keep this the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which is fine, and it'll have its new lineage. And I think this lineage will be the WWE Universal Championship, but they'll probably just give him one belt. I think they're making a new belt for it. I think there'll be a new Universal Championship, because just calling it the WWE Championship, then it's just kind of like people go, oh, they can just call it the WWE Championship. That's kind of like a boring ass name at that point. It's just the WWE Championship. Like, Roman Reigns' reign is because of the Universal Championship. So I think it'll be WWE Universal Championship, and they'll give him a new belt design too. I think they're just getting new belts. Like, I think it's just like it's time for the new belts and stuff. Like, the optics are cool with Roman with the two belts and everything, but now his design feels a little bit dated. You don't want Roman Reigns to have a dated design. You want him to have a fresh design as well, especially entering this new partnership with Endeavor. So I think Universal title staying, it'll just get a fresh new design where it kind of looks maybe similar to the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes. So I want to read some comments here as well. Roman right here. This title is gorgeous. It pays tribute to the Big Gold while still being its own version. I expect the same thing to happen in the future for a winged eagle version. Could very well be. So SRF said WWE and the WWF WWE title reigns history and start a new one with the new title and keep the universal history.
What?
Interesting.
So said WWE and the WWF, and so WWE title history is done. Roman's the last champion ever.
I would, if what they're saying is true, I would assume so. Yes.
I don't believe that.
I mean,
no, they're just saying the WWE Championship history is done, which makes sense. It's done.
Yeah.
So Roman's the last ever WWE champion, and then now the Universal title is going to be the main belt.
Yeah. Triple H hates these current world titles. He's taking it back to old school, which, yes.
And guess what? If they introduce a new Universal title, my dumbass will buy it as well with this new World Heavyweight title belt, because they'll look gorgeous in my room. So, yeah, fuck it.
Exactly. Yeah, the title should have its own history. I think the Universal lineage will be deleted with a new winged eagle belt and to continue with the WWE Championship history.
No, because they have to keep the Universal lineage for Roman's 1,000 days, for the days. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, Roman's days are connected to the Universal history. And they waited a lot, and they put in a lot of time to get that belt over, the Universal title. I think the WWE Championship, if it ends with Roman Reigns, that's a great guy to end it with. That's history in itself. Like, oh yeah, the WWE Championship is finally done. It's the last champion's Roman Reigns. It is what it is.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, listen, I know we've been praising this belt, how beautiful it looks. And there's also been, on the other side of the coin, people who think, oh, it's an ugly looking belt. I even heard people say, oh,
that's so fine.
No, I even heard people say, and, it's a consolation title because, no one could beat Roman. So now we got to make a belt for everyone. Hey, listen.
Why do people go to the negative side of that?
Because they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves.
Don't look at it like you only call it a consolation if they give it to Cody. That's a consolation. Like, they say, screw your story, take this one. We're doing 1,000 days, and then we'll figure it out down the line. That's a consolation prize. Yeah. This is opportunity for a whole new brand. A whole new lineage. Like, these negative Nancys piss me off all the time.
I think with this belt too, it's like, even if I've heard people say, well, it makes no sense because they gave Roman 2 belts. They didn't know how to get 1 belt off of him, so they made this new belt. It's like, okay, well, even if they had 1 belt and they changed the design of the WWE title, would you thought it would make sense to change from the big WWE logo to this World Heavyweight logo? Like, it would look so different, Eventually, they were going to change this belt's design, and it was going to be a totally different concept. I always felt a new belt was going to be announced. It was just the WWE didn't make new belt designs for Roman. That's just it. They didn't make 1 belt for Roman to hold and stuff like that. Instead, they kept Roman with 2 belts, and WWE themselves kept presenting it as 2 different belts. That's on the WWE for sure. It's not and stuff. That's definitely on them. But yeah, I'm with you, Mike. Sometimes like some people just need to like give it an opportunity for see how this belt is presented. If it's presented like, let's be real, if someone like that doesn't feel like they should be a world champion wins that belt, then yeah, it is. Like,
I agree 100% on that too. I think people need to just take a step back. Listen, we need to see how it's presented. We need to see. To be fair, listen, I wasn't a fan of the Intercontinental title when they brought this one that they currently have, you know. But the way Gunther's carrying that belt, it's not bad. The way Nakamura carried that belt wasn't bad either. Hell, even Sami Zayn back in the day in 2020 wasn't bad at all. Um, I even heard this thing. Oh, it's a nice looking belt, but the logo just kills it for me. I even heard that one too, and I laughed because I must remind you guys, there's a couple of world titles in these other promotions that have their logo in the middle of the title. Impact, the AEW World Title, the IWGP Heavyweight Title, which I know a lot of people don't like that title, but I've grown to like it for what it is, right?
Even the older title that Okada held looks beautiful, and it had IWGP on it.
Hell, dare I even say that the Stardom women's title has the Stardom logo in it? Like these titles,
Yeah.
again, the logos are going to be there regardless, whether you like it or not.
No matter if they're small, big,
Fun,
medium
fun little,
size, middle, top, low, not there.
yeah. Thank you, Draven G. Fun little fact: I hated the original NXT title. I
The
hated that.
original NXT title is a great example. It's just a big logo. That's all it is.
I
That's all
hated
it
that
is.
title. No, bro, when
It
that
grew
title,
on me. I
no, no, no,
hated it too.
I hated it, bro. I was so happy when they brought out those new belts in 2017. I was so happy, like, all right, finally, yo, fucking finally. I was one of those, bro. I really, really was. The IWGP still trash by Romeo, but I'm again. It makes you think now too. All right, who's gonna win this? Right? Who would you make your first champion? Right? Um, there's people who said, "Oh, it should be Cody." Right? Honestly, this is just me.
Keep
Wherever
Cody away
Roman,
from this.
no, wherever Roman goes, take Cody with you.
Yeah.
Wherever brand Roman lands in, take Cody Rhodes with you. That's my take on that.
And
Because
I
if
tell you
Cody,
what, this Friday, if we hear Roman Reigns is taken first, and then SmackDown takes Cody,
it's
then
over.
you can say it's a consolation prize because they said screw you.
Yeah,
That's basically what they said.
I agree with that too. I agree with that. But we got to see what happens. We got to see um uh who how this draft is handled and stuff. Draven G right here. I'm gonna be bold and say Solo.
Oh, imagine the bloodline just has both world titles.
I'll be honest, dude. If there's, I know people are talking about LA Knight winning Money in the Bank, right? Potential winner of Money in the Bank and all that stuff, right? I'll honestly put on Solo Sokoa. Have him win Money in the Bank. That's just
No,
me, of course.
imagine. Didn't back in the day they were going to put the WWE Championship on Umaga?
Yeah.
They were going to do that before he passed away.
Well, to be fair, um, before he passed, what was it? They wanted him to go to rehab, and he declined it on stuff, and so he had his
Mm.
problem. He had his problem. So I think the time that would have been if for him to become champion should have been in 2007 when he was feuding
Yeah,
with Cena. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because after that,
That was after the match where he used the rope and turnbuckle
Cena either
as a
tied him
prop.
up. He had to tie
Yeah.
him up, and he couldn't get up. Yeah, basically. But I think Roman and Bianca first two picks, followed by Cody and Gunther. I have no clue, but I'll be excited, bro. I know we're gonna be on the Friday Night Warriors this Friday to watch all this, and then later on that Friday night is the return of ATP Gaming, the Universe mode.
Right.
So but but again, guys, give us your thoughts on the new title, all that stuff. Who do you see winning it? Like if you notice the thumbnail that I have for the show today, these are
Yeah.
potential. These could be potential first time, holders of this title.
Steve,
What?
I am now noticing that that is the thumbnail. I was
Yeah.
wondering why. I was like, okay, Cody, Seth, Bobby, and Gunther. I was like, what is this thumbnail?
Who could be
Thank
the
you.
first champion? Not bad, right?
Now, looking at this picture
Of the title?
of the title, this looks beautiful.
So does
And
this.
Chase was right. It needs a few rubies. Like,
On the
say,
W. On the
not
W.
on the W, but you see where on the outside of the W, where it's connecting at the top of the W into the swoosh, and on the other end, they could have
Yeah.
put the rubies right there, and then everything else could have been diamonds.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. Something tells me this W right here will be the new logo for WWE. There'd be no
With the
more
glow
red.
behind it,
I just think probably. I don't see them having how on the bottom it'd be that on the switch it'd be the red.
yeah,
I think that red's gonna be gone in the new logo. Now with this merger with Endeavor, I get that
yeah.
feeling, man.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That might be the new WWE logo with the globe and no red swoosh.
Keep that in mind. Things to look into.
Yeah,
But again, there'd be a lot of folks who are gonna buy this title, and what they're gonna do 9 times out of 10, and I think if it's worth the money, believe me, send it to Scotland to Paul Martin and have him re-leather your belt, put backing on it, and then have him replace all these little like rubies and have him put cubic zirconia, and it's gonna give it just a better pop.
could you highlight Romeo's comment?
Sure, of course I can.
So I think Gunther is a stretch here as a double champ. I think Solo and Sheamus and perhaps Drew is not a shutdown, but more likely.
I know, but I just needed some people, whatever. Just at the time I did the thumbnail, just
I
some
don't think
random.
Gunther is a stretch. If you look at SmackDown, Gunther is the second most dominant champion on that brand. Now, when Roman's not there, he is the dominant champion on that brand.
Yes.
He's beat Sheamus.
Drew
He's beat
McIntyre.
Sheamus and Drew
Agree.
McIntyre together. He's beaten McIntyre by himself. Every single person they put him in front of, he's
Former world champion.
destroyed them.
And two of them have been former. Hell, did he beat Mysterio? He beat Rey Mysterio, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's 3 former world champions right there. Whether y'all like to admit that or not,
That dude is juiced, not like in in Roy's, but he's juiced right now.
he's getting that push. He's
Yes, they're pushing him. So I don't know. I think it's not a stretch at all. I think it can happen.
yes. And I liked how also during the show, like you had wrestlers when they'll come out to the ring, they would have a glance at the title. Like you noticed that when that belt was because the belt was just chilling there at ringside for the
Hmm.
duration of the show.
Yeah,
It was just chilling there. And people were just, after their match or before their match, they would take a little glance at it like, that shit could be mine soon. That could be mine. Just want to point that out, right? Yeah, Drew needs to sign that contract. Drew needs
yeah,
to sign that contract 100%. Gunther booked more dominant than Reigns. I think Seth will, I 100% think it'll be Seth. I put my money on it. Could very well be. At the same time, though, Seth Rollins right now is directionless. He's right now lacking direction. Uh, Gunther's my pick to get the new World Heavyweight Championship belt. Cody never looked at the title. That's because when Cody came out, the belt wasn't even sitting there. Remember, Cody came out
No, the belt
first.
was there. No, the belt was
Oh
there.
yeah, during this, yeah, but he, because again, Cody knows, like, yo, to finish his story, he can't win that title. It has
Oh
to
yeah.
be, it has to be, he has to beat Roman. He has to beat Roman to finish the story, basically. So we move on, right, from all this. We had Jay Uso uh, appeared to be distracted while Jimmy Uso was bragging about being being the right hand man. Jimmy flips out once he learns that Jay interacted with Sami Zayn. There's friction there, right? All this pressure and all that stuff. We got Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan. I can't do her laugh. And
Oh,
Raquel
I got you
Rodriguez.
covered. I got you covered. I got you covered. Hold up.
You got the laugh?
Hold up.
So when we do the intro again, when we announce the opponents again,
No,
sweet.
no.
We have Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan.
Hold up.
Play
You didn't
that
hear it?
again. Play it again. I
All
guess
right,
so.
stop it.
Okay. Versus Damaged Goods. Listen, if you went into this match thinking that Damaged Goods we're gonna get a win here, you thought they're gonna get thrown a bone. Got bad news
This
for
was
you.
bad.
This was
This was
terrible.
bad.
This was terrible. I think there was a botch from Bailey in this match too. I guess she was leaning on the top rope and she tripped and she fell over into the ring, some shit like that too in this match. Basically, what you need to know here is that Bianca hit the KOD on Bailey, and Bianca got the win for the team.
Basically.
Pretty much. Damaged Goods, yo. Listen, once this drive hits, bro, we gotta separate Bailey from Damaged Goods. It's over. The ride is over, y'all. I'm sorry. Hate to break it to y'all. Um, Austin Theory headed to the ring and says he wants to be the first WWE World Champion. Bobby Lashley interrupts, Mike, the guy who showed up at WrestleMania with his trophy and just waved at the crowd.
Yeah, that ball fuck.
Hey. And he tells him that he requests a triple threat for the United States Championship at Backlash. And then Lashley was brawling with Theory. Bronson Reed came out and the heels double teamed on Lashley. Reed leaves in Theory laying for a tsunami. He left Theory laying following this tsunami basically. In case you guys don't know, we're getting a triple threat match for the U.S. title. Theory defending that title against Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
I'm just happy they're doing something with Bronson Reed, yo. I just hope he's not there to eat the pin.
You know he is.
I'm afraid, but I hope. I wanna have hope. Mike, I
The
don't know
guy
about
who
you.
beat Okada can't even get over.
Come on, Mike. Come on. That was cold, man. It's cold as this water I'm drinking right now. At backstage, we saw Elias, Rick Boogs, Chad Gable, Otis, and Maxine Dupree.
Who looked
Stressed
great.
about the. She looked great. She looked great, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what looked great too? That spring breaking commercial they played every time during commercial break
Yeah.
with Tiffany Stratton. Yes.
Yeah.
Maxine and Chad argue about who will go with Otis. Mustafa Ali came out wanting everyone to be positive. But after this, we got Chad Gable versus Mustafa Ali. And normally, Mike, whenever you're wrestling in your hometown, you lose.
All right.
Not this week, not last night, though. Mustafa Ali in his hometown got a win. He got a win in Chicago, man. Can you believe this shit, bro?
Yeah.
Can you believe this, bro? He actually won in Chicago, bro. Now, are they gonna push him? No, I'm afraid not. Um, your thoughts on that, though, Mike? Any thoughts on that?
No thoughts. It's terrible.
It was terrible. Okay, okay. After this, Jamie Uso confronted Sami Zayn and says that he sees right through the mind game and he's trying to play with Jey Uso. He promised that the Usos are going to take back what's theirs. And Jimmy plants a seed of doubt about Kevin Owens
Man,
potentially
Romeo, you
turning
about to get removed from this group
on
chat.
Zayn after they lose. What happened?
You about to get removed.
What happened?
You about to get removed.
Oh, you know what? I like it. I like it.
Oh, you about to get removed from the stream. Solo again. That was terrible. But yeah, I don't even know where we are anymore because we're dragging this out a little too long. But
We're
finish
about
up,
to be
Steve.
done.
You're lucky I need you right now. Huh?
Oh, now you need me. Now you need me. Now
Yeah,
you
please.
need
Can
me.
you speed this up, please? It's almost 51 minutes and we're nowhere near anything right now.
Okay, okay, okay. Gosh, Mike. Our own show here,
I'm not
man.
trying to be on here for an hour. I watched 3 hours of this and we're going to add a fourth hour to Raw. Come on.
Okay, okay. We got Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes. I thought this was the main event. So that's what I was believing, right? And it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
not the main
And guess
event.
what? We're talking about the start of hour two and hour in.
Listen,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
Well, listen, bro. I mean, I thought the match itself was probably the best match of the night.
Yeah, it
To
was
be
the
fair,
match of the night.
it was
It
the
was
match
it
of
was
the night.
good.
This could have, again, two guys that know what the fuck they're doing. They handled business and was all said and done. Cody Rhodes ended up getting the win, as I
Yes.
expected, right?
Yes, me too. Let's move on.
So, so after this, we have Seth Rollins. He comes out and he talks about becoming the new world champion and all that stuff. Then out came Omos. And again, being that Seth Rollins has to, sell you on this match, you have to sell you on this shit. Sell you on it. He cut a hell of a
Yeah,
promo.
he did.
A hell of a promo. Now, is this shit gonna excite me for the match? Not really. Am I wondering what the fuck
Exactly.
what's he gonna do? More than likely.
Right.
Anything you want to add to this, Mike? Before we rudely move
No.
away?
No,
Okay.
let's move on. Huh?
Kevin Owens is not happy that Sami Zayn ditched him the whole night and was talking to Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. Riddle promised Sami Zayn that everything will be all right. We also announced that Brock Lesnar will be on Raw next week. We got the main event of the evening. Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest. Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest were the main event of the evening. Now, mind you, they announced that Bad Bunny would be there. Bad Bunny was literally an hour and I want to say 40 minutes, 2 hours and 40 minutes late to this show. Pulled up in an Uber. He filmed a video on Twitter, filming himself getting into the building finally. Right? But
Yeah.
we got Priest and Mysterio. I think the match, ended in disqualification because Bad Bunny shows up and he attacks Damian Priest with the kendo stick. Very
Yep.
Undertaker-like with the hat and all that stuff, right?
No, that was not Undertaker like.
What the cowboy hat, very cowboy like in Chicago. He go on to say, you know what? At Backlash, he is not the host. He's there to fight. He's gonna go one-on-one with Damian Priest in a Puerto Rican street fight, Mike. Your thoughts,
Awesome
brother?
stuff. Awesome stuff. Awesome promo. He looked like a star. $1,000,000. He laid in those kendo stick shots. Damian Priest probably hated and loved it at the same time. It's gonna be a good match. A lot of hokey stuff. You know they're gonna overbook it to crap, and it's gonna be great in Puerto Rico. That was Raw, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Monday Night Raw. Yes, again, they're gonna do a lot of hokey shit. But you know what, though? Listen, Damian Priest gonna get a key match on the show. He went from doing
What?
nothing. Think about it. He's getting a key match on the show.
No, I wasn't saying what to that. I saw something come across my screen.
He's getting a big profile match on the show. A
Yeah,
big key.
which is good. I
It's
mean,
good.
he deserves it. Puts on good matches.
Dare I even say it might main event? It might be the
I
main
wouldn't
event of the
mind.
pay. I'm sorry, Brock and Cody, but Bad Bunny got to close the show. We got to have Bad Bunny, make everyone go home happy after he performs, 5 songs in a concert there at the building. But we'll see. Wrestling Comics writes here. WCA, he writes here. So, question is: Night of Champions premium live event gonna be like a night tournament for the World Championship, or does the tournament happen on Raw and the finals at Night of Champions? I have no clue. I have no
Well, they
clue at
said that
all.
they were going to crown a champion there, so we don't know the specifics.
I would say they'll do a tournament on Raw or SmackDown to wherever. It depends where Roman goes on, obviously. Because you got to remember, we don't know where Roman's going. So
SmackDown.
whatever brand, probably likely yes, SmackDown. So most likely they'll do it on Raw or they'll do it on SmackDown, depending where Roman goes, and the winner will be crowned, or the semifinals and final will probably be crowned or take place at the PLE in Saudi Arabia. Don't forget the Jimmy Uso and Sammy. We talked about that earlier. How Jimmy Uso said that, hey, Kevin Owens might turn on you. You better watch out. But overall, I thought Raw was, you know what? I'll give it a pass. I'll give it a solid, good grade, man. I thought it kicked ass. We got build for some of these matches at Backlash. And Bad Bunny, he's main eventing, I would hope. And we got this new, precious, beautiful title.
Yes.
So Big Mike, what would you give this show as a grade?
Well, on Rated Raw Superstars, I gave it a thumbs up show, so I give it a 7.2.
So we're looking at what, a C plus?
C plus.
C plus. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give it a C plus also. I'm gonna give it a C plus. I thought overall, good show by WWE, Monday Night Raw, and all that stuff. Considering next week is the go home show for Backlash.
Yeah.
Are y'all excited for NXT tonight? Should be a fun show. Spring breaking. Hey man, Tiffany Stratton might win tonight. She might win the big one.
So
Tiffany Stratton, man, that commercial, I feel would have gotten you hooked.
I just like her titties.
Why? Come on. Respectfully. But that's going to be it for us, guys. We'll be back later on today at 10 p.m. for the recap of spring breaking. Myself and Big Mike. All right, so make sure you hit that bell notification. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you do it. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteve. And Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out.
Checking me out on Twitter at Detroit Gamer 313. Also here every single day on the Around the Point Network.
And of course, you guys can follow Chase Oliver on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. Big Mike likes TNA.
I do.
Likes big TNA.
Yeah, I like Triss and what was it, Tess and Albert. I like Tess and Albert.
I'm sure you have. So for that being said, for myself, for Big Mike, for Chase, for the gang, this has been another live edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. We'll see you guys later on today for Let's Talk NXT as we review NXT Spring Break in 2023. Peace out, everybody. Good night. Goodbye. See you all in a few hours.
Big titties.
Will you stop?
Humongous
Big
congalongas.
big juicy tiggle bitties. Yeah.